Hello, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040, and welcome to another edition of the Jazz Albums Review Series. And today I am going to be taking a look at a brand new 2023 release from guitarist, composer, and bandleader Wolfgang Muthspiel. And this is his newest recording for ECM Records, Dance of the Elders. So, Dance of the Elders marks the first time in 3 years since 2020's Angular Blues that Wolfgang Muthspiel has recorded and released an album featuring new material. And this also sees Wolfgang Muthspiel return to the trio configuration featuring bassist Scott Colley and longtime collaborator and drummer Brian Blade. And what more can you expect from three musicians of this caliber? Nothing but pure excellence and world-class musicianship. Now, Wolfgang Muthspiel, anyone who's followed his ECM catalogue since his first recording back in 2014, Driftwood, Wolfgang Muthspiel's ECM catalogue of albums, for the most part, they've been pretty much more jazzier, a lot more laid back, and this trend more or less continues with Dance of the Elders, but there's a little twist to this album. Unlike the previous ECM recordings that Wolfgang Muthspiel has put out, this album has a little bit more of a different approach. Although still very much in the jazz realm, this album leans more towards classical music. You hear Wolfgang Muthspiel play a lot more acoustic and classical guitars, which isn't a bad thing because as great as he is on electric, I've always felt that Wolfgang Muthspiel is more suited to acoustic guitars. I feel that's where he shines more brightly, and I feel that's the voice that he speaks more clearly to me than the electric instrument. Not saying that he's a bad electric guitar player, he's an amazing electric guitar player, but I feel he's more where it's at with the acoustic guitar. I just think he sounds a lot better, and he definitely is showcased more on this album with his acoustic guitar playing as opposed to his previous recordings where he's more featured with electric guitar. So let's have a look, shall we? There's a list of the tracks and the musicians. So all of the compositions are written and composed by Wolfgang Muthspiel, with the exception of two standards, one by Kurt Willi and Berthold Brecht, and one by Joni Mitchell. And there is the amazing trio. Very lovely album, and some fairly long tracks on this recording. So we got the first track, Invocation, which is 10 minutes and 51 seconds. And we got the next track, Prelude to Bach, which is 4 minutes and 14 seconds. And then we got the title track, Dance of the Elders, which is like 5 minutes and 57 seconds. And then we got Lie Bez Lied, which is 7 minutes and 41 seconds. And then we got Folk Song, which is 4 minutes and 56 seconds long. And then we got Cantus Bradus at 4 minutes and 52 seconds long. And we've got Amelia, which is like 7 minutes and 5 minutes long. So the longest track is like the opener, it's like almost 11 minutes long. And we've got the shortest track, which is like 4 minutes and 14 seconds. So there's fairly some longish tracks on this album. And for me, it's absolutely incredible. As I said, it's jazz meets classical in a way. And as great as Wolfgang Muthspiel sounds in larger group projects, I feel trio is where it's at for him. I feel this is an environment he really shines the brightest, and when you feature him on acoustic guitar, add in a great rhythm section comprised of bassist Scott Colley and drummer Brian Blade, you've got a great album and an unbelievable listening experience. Absolutely enjoyable. You know, I listened to this a couple of times already, and I absolutely love Wolfgang Muthspiel in the trio environment. He has never sounded better than he does here. and this is definitely up there as one of his best. I think this is a great continuation to his last recording, Angular Blues, and I love it. It's just a magnificent recording. Standout tracks for me is Invocation, Prelude to Bach, Folk Song, Cantus Bradus, and Amelia, which is just absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, this is one of his finest albums to date. It's only been 3 years. It's not bad, but definitely well worth the wait. And anytime you get Wolfgang Muthspiel in the trio environments, magic is going to happen. And when you've got Scott Colley and Brian Blade as your rhythm section, you know you're getting a good album. Great bass playing from Scott Colley. You know, what more can you say about him? One of the best bass players in the world. Solid bass work from him. Brian Blade, one of the absolute best drummers in the world. He make anything and everything sound excellent. And him and Wolfgang Muthspiel, if you know their history with those two classic Friendly Travelers albums, they've got unbelievable chemistry, and you know they've been playing together on and off for the last 2 decades now, and they really shine great together. And everybody on this album just sounds amazing. For production, as you'd expect from ECM, is top notch, and this is definitely one of the standout albums of 2023, and I love it. It's a great album. And if you're looking to get into Wolfgang Muthspiel's ECM catalogue of music, highly recommend you start with this one. It's really, really good. And highly recommend you check out all of his ECM albums. They're all great. Even the ones that predate ECM, they're great as well. Brilliant guitar player, one of my all-time favorites. And yeah, this is definitely well worth the wait. So there you have it. Wolfgang Muthspiel, Dance of the Elders. Wolfgang Muthspiel has come through once again with another top-notch album. Excellent stuff. So that's going to be it from me. I am going to wrap this up now. What's your favourite track from Wolfgang Muthspiel, Dance of the Elders? Is it Invocation, Prelude to Bach, the title track, Dance of the Elders, Lie Bez Lied, Folk Song, Cantus Bradus, or Amelia? Or do you enjoy the whole album from start to finish? There's no right or wrong answer. We all have our favourite tracks. You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below. And I will see all of you next time for another edition of the Jazz Albums Review Series. So until next time, take care, everybody, and stay safe. And once again, as always, much appreciated. Thanks for listening.